Hello and welcome back. My name is B.
I'm Kylie.
And I'm FlawlessMistake. All of our links will be down in the description. Welcome to the No Budget Randomonium podcast. And this week we will be talking about all things paranormal.
So B, since you have the most, do you want to go first, and then Flawless or I will go, and then we'll go back to you and kind of like hop back and forth?
Yeah, I mean, I'm good with that.
Okay.
As long as you guys are okay with that. Like, I've had so many experiences, honestly, and like, of people surrounding me also.
Yeah.
I think I've had 15 or 16 on this list.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I guess I could start off with one that's happened to me. So I have 3 different locations. I have my current house, my Uncle Rick's old house, and then my sister's house. I will start with my house just because like I live here currently and it's kind of funny. I live next to a cemetery.
Oh.
They're all like kind of short, really. I'll just do like 2 of them in a row, that way I can get done with mine.
Okay.
So to kind of set up my first story, the way my kitchen is set up, the person who lived here before me had kids, and there's a wall blocking from the dining room to the kitchen. And I guess at the time, their kids played in the dining room, which at the time it was like a long living room, but they had a hole cut out in the wall just above the sink that looks into the dining room. So now that's what my kitchen looks like. I was in there one night, and the husband went to bed. He was fast asleep when this happened, so it couldn't have been him. But I was standing in our kitchen, and I heard what sounded like someone running on all 4s down my hallway.
Oh my god!
Just outside that kitchen window, just outside the kitchen window it just goes down a hallway. It's so weird. I was terrified. Well, at first I wasn't terrified because my husband's weird. He likes to do weird things sometimes. He has ADHD, so he just does weird things all the time.
Okay.
So I started laughing, and I was like, babe, was that you? No response. And then I'm like, okay. I didn't have the dogs at the time. We didn't have animals or anything, so it wasn't.
Ask.
Yeah, I think no, we didn't have anything at all at the time.
Wow.
But I went down the hallway, and I look in the bedroom, and he's fast asleep. And I shook him. I was like, "Did you just run down the hallway and then fake sleeping?" And he starts laughing. He's like, "No." He swears up and down to this day that he did not do that.
Oh no!
It just sounds like something he would do, and it still scares me just thinking about it. I've seen so many shadow figures in my house too, like at the corner of my eye.
Oh, screw that.
I kind of just like side eye him. I'm like, okay, whatever. I've had my house blessed, and what's the smoke stuff?
Sage.
Yeah, sage. I've had my house sage.
I was thinking of smudge sticks. Sorry.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's kind of the same thing. You kind of use the same stuff for it, but yeah. Let me see. What's another one I can do from my house?
That's creepy. Holy.
I mean, yeah. I mean, what do you guys think of that situation? Like, what would you have done?
I would have been gone. I would have.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god! Stop fucking lying!
I would have left the husband, and I'm gone. I am gone.
I would have grabbed the strap.
I would have went to a hotel, called him from the hotel, and be like, "Hey, the house is haunted. We're leaving. Like, let's move."
And that's what's crazy. And that's what's crazy is he doesn't believe in this stuff. Like, he does not believe in ghosts or anything like that. So anytime I start talking about it, he's like, I don't even care. Like, it's not happening. This is all in your head.
Crazy.
It's not.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's very wild. Let me see. What's another one? Real quick. Oh, so I'm bringing up a tarot card situation.
Oh,
and
God.
Flawless, I know how you feel about this.
Oh, God.
So, my friend Hannah she's, I don't want to call her a witch, but she does like deal with tarot cards and readings and stuff a lot. But she's like one of my best friends. She used to babysit me when I was younger, and we just kind of became sisters at that point. But there was a weekend she was staying the night. Oh, backstory. Her brother died like in 2015, her like younger sibling. So it comes into play here. We were laying in the bed, dealing with tarot cards. I wrote it all down. Hold on. And she had the spirit box thingy on her phone, like an app that you can use.
Okay.
And we were laying there playing with tarot cards and talking to whoever with that. And out of nowhere, something on the spirit box said her brother's name, Jake.
Oh, what the fuck?
I'm good.
And the second it happened, me and her both look at each other in like instant tears. It was so weird. And then just after his name, it said something about keeping us safe, like he's looking after us or whatever. So she starts dealing stuff with the tarot cards, and she's like, "Was that you, Jake?" And it came back yes. And then she asked it again, like, "Is this what you said?" And he said yes. And we're like, "Whoa, that's crazy."
That's creepy as heck.
It is very creepy.
Screw that. I had tarot cards. I bought them from like this Etsy shop or something. We wanted to make sure that they were like legit.
Yeah.
I got them. I completely forgot about this. I got them when I was like 15 or 16 because I was trying to learn how to do tarot and stuff. And my dad was like, I told him, because I was like, "Can I give you a reading? I want to practice." And he was like, "Man, those cards, they ain't shit. They don't mean anything." And I was like, "Dad, you really need to respect the cards." I was like, they're like powerful, And he was like, "No, Kylie, it's a fucking deck of cards." He was like, they don't do anything. Ooh. And he gets up to go to the bathroom, and he comes back and a blood vessel burst in his eye.
Ooh.
And because he didn't even use the bathroom yet. He walked in there and looked in the mirror and was like, "What the fuck?" And came back, and his entire eye was just blood red.
Jesus.
And he was like, "What the fuck is happening?" And I said, I was just joking with him. I was like, "Oh, it's the cards, And he, like, ever since then, he was like, "Keep those in your bedroom." He was like, "They do not leave your fucking bedroom." And yeah, no, he's like terrified of it. It was weird.
When was this?
Real weird. This was 6 years ago.
Oh my God.
So yeah, you said you were 15.
Yeah, 15 or 16. It was a while ago, but no, I still have those cards. I'm scared to throw them away. I'm like,
I think I have
like die.
Yeah, so I think I have like 3 sets of tarot cards. So I mean, I completely get it. And actually, from my friend Hannah, like I said, she deals with that all the time. Apparently, you're not supposed to buy your own cards. You have to be they have to be gifted to you.
Really?
Yes. But can I give you a tarot card reading?
Yeah.
I don't know how to deal with them. Like, she tries to teach me, but I'm not a great learner.
Wait, so question, since Kylie ended up buying hers and not getting gifted hers, is it safe for her to throw hers away, or like, do you know?
I mean, I wouldn't throw them away. Did you throw them away?
No, they're sitting in my office.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm scared of them.
I wouldn't throw them away. That's for sure. It kind of goes hand in hand with what you would do with like a Ouija board. Almost.
Which is,
don't burn it. Don't throw it away, because it's not gonna, like, it's just gonna reappear.
So I'm just stuck with it for the rest of my life.
Kind of.
Pretty much, yeah.
But they're not.
What if I gift them?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Honestly, yeah. I would say give them to somebody.
Stay away from me.
Oh,
Stay away from me.
yeah, I don't know who to send them to. I'll ship them to B.
Yeah, ship them to me. I'll take them. I'll
And
get
I'll
them
just-
blessed. It's okay.
Do they need to be blessed?
Well, I don't know, just in case. Like, I don't want your bad juju to come over to me.
Whoa, whoa, what's wrong with my juju?
I mean, you know.
I don't know if you've got good juju or bad juju,
Damn.
but I will take them. I will send you my address if you really want to get rid of them. I will take them.
Yeah, I kind of would. They just, I don't know, I look at them and I'm all like, ooh.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
They're also very scary looking.
Really?
They're like graphic.
Why'd you get scary looking tarot
I
cards?
kind of want to see them now.
I'll send you guys a
My
picture
tarot
of 'em.
cards. Yeah, my tarot cards have cats on them.
Well, I don't want your juju. I don't want your bad juju to come to me if you send me a picture.
It's a picture, Chip.
Oh,
No, my dad
no.
was helping me find them because I wanted some. And so, well, wait a minute. I think my dad technically paid for them. So would they
Oh,
have
then
been
that's-
gifted to me?
Yeah. You didn't use your own money to get them. You picked them out.
I will still gift them to somebody else.
Yeah, I'm still gonna pass that along.
I say if you ever want if you ever want a deck of tarot cards, I can always gift you some. Like I said, I have like 2 or 3 pair. Why do I keep saying pair?
Pair of tarot cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll stay away from that stuff. I already have like a lot of bad stuff happen to me on the daily.
See,
Yeah,
you just
that's
admitted to
fair.
having bad juju.
True.
Yeah, and it's fucked up because I like to think I'm a good person, man, but I don't know.
I mean, those
I will
tarot
get in
cards
touch with you.
obviously say otherwise, but
No, that's what I'm saying, bro. My bloodline is cursed.
Oh God.
Could you imagine?
Yikes.
Yeah. All right, Flawless. Give us a story.
Your
Quick
turn.
story.
Okay, so a story when I was young, back when I was living in California, I was living in an apartment complex, and one time me and my best friend were watching, I don't know, probably some cartoons or whatever. And pretty much like the TV was in front of us and we were sitting on the bed just watching TV. And then out of nowhere, the TV just randomly went to max volume. And we were like
Oh, what?
struggling to like find the remote. We're like, where the heck is the remote? You know, we didn't want to get in trouble. We're having the TV that loud. And we were the only ones in the apartment at the time. And I think my friend went to go use the restroom or whatever, and he went to go get some water. And the TV remote ended up being downstairs for whatever reason.
What?
Yeah.
That's
Maybe it
crazy.
was in his pocket or something.
No, it was
And
just
too
sitting on the
embarrassed?
counter, and yeah, it was just like, yeah, it was the weirdest thing ever. And I think I was like I said I was living in Cali, so I had to have been about maybe 10 or 11, maybe even younger than that.
Damn.
Yeah, crazy. I think I
The
ended up,
things that freaking ghosts do.
yeah, I think I ended up living in that apartment for I think like 2 more years, and then we left.
Did anything else happen in those 2 years?
That was I had my first encounter with sleep paralysis there. And
Ooh.
yeah, so another story is, again, my best friends came over, and I think we were having like a sleepover. And we were sleeping in like sleeping bags, you know, like the whole, you know, shebang, video games, snacks, sleeping bags, whatever. And I'd probably say I was probably around the same age, probably 10, 11, maybe even younger. And my first encounter with sleep paralysis, I didn't know what it was, obviously, but I couldn't move my legs like at all. It was like that, you know, that where your eyes are open, your mind is aware, but you just can't move your body. And then my friend ended up tripping over my foot, and I ended up like screaming at the top of my lungs. I didn't know what the heck was happening. My friend was just staring at me. He was confused, and yeah, it was wild times in that apartment.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Sleep paralysis I've had my entire life.
Yeah.
And my dad has only had it once in his, and it was the day they brought me home from the hospital when I was first born. They were living with my grandparents at the time, and in their room they had the bed on one side and my crib on the other. And he said he woke up in the middle of the night and he saw like this demon thing. It's sleep paralysis. He couldn't tell exactly what it was, but it came down from the corner of the ceiling and walked across the room and just stood over my crib. And my dad was sitting there like fighting with everything he could to try to move, but he couldn't move. And he was like, that is the scariest thing that's ever happened to me. And he's like, that's the only time I've ever had it.
Jesus, that sounds like not to like reference a movie, but that sounds like Insidious. But that's creepy.
No, for real. I was like, oh, so I am cursed. Cool.
Yikes.
No, he doesn't really like get into all that ghost shit, but he was like telling me about it when I was, I think he told me when I was like 18 or something. And he was genuinely like, he looked a little shooken up when he was telling me about it.
Yeah, that's one thing. Like, I've had sleep paralysis like my whole life, ever since like that day. But I've never experienced shadow people. I mean, I know what they are. I mean, obviously from like shows and stuff, but I've never experienced shadow people. I wouldn't even know what that's like, honestly.
I mean, my shadow people aren't like, they don't, I call them, they're mine. They live in my house. It's fine. They're mine. They've never like been malicious or anything. I just see them in the corner of my eye sometimes. And I'm just like, okay, there's freaking Doug going down the hallway for some reason. I don't know.
That is crazy.
That is kind of crazy.
To backpack on the sleep paralysis, I don't think I've ever had sleep paralysis, but I did have a dream where I had sleep paralysis.
Oh, that's wild.
If that makes sense. It's actually on my list. Yeah, it was really weird. Oh my god, where's it at? Did I not put it on my list? I thought I did. No, I had a dream where I was laying in my bed and I was having like a sleep paralysis moment, and I seen this lady, she almost looked like The Ring.
Oh heck no. Oh heck no.
Yeah, the white dress, the long black hair over the face, and she was just standing in the corner where my door is. I sleep with facing my door all the time. It's like I'm just scared, so I have to sleep facing the door. But
that's fair.
And my door was open, and she was just standing there looking at me, and I'm like, oh my god. And then in my dream, I had enough like strength, I guess, to kind of move. Like my hands were still frozen, but my legs weren't. And I was able to like get up and kind of like army. No. My arms were not, because I was army crawling to, for some reason, my husband was sleeping in a different room in my dream, and I was crawling to his room. And once I got to his room, it like let go, and I was able to like freely move around.
Oh my god.
I don't know what that was about, but that was like my dream sleep paralysis, I guess.
Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
Weird. But the fact that it was The Ring, what the heck?
Yeah, out of all things, yeah.
The only time I've had sleep paralysis a few times being older, because I used to get it when I was a kid all the time. But if I see that I'm starting to have it, you put all your energy into moving the tip of your finger. And then it slowly works its way out. And that's the only way I've been able to pull myself out of it, like every time. Because it's like then you can move your hand and then you can move your arm, and it's just a thing. But since I've moved to Tennessee, the only time I can really remember that like stood out to me is when I lived with my dad, and it had to have been like 11 o'clock at night, and my brother came into my room and woke me up. And like this legit happened. He like came in my room and was trying to shake me awake.
Yeah.
And I remember laying there being conscious. I could see everything around me, but I literally could not move. And I just laid there. And I guess he thought I was still asleep, and so he finally gave up and just left. But I was like, why? Like, what is going on? Why can't I respond? Why can't I move? That was, I don't know, that one freaked me out a little more than like the shadow people, because I was just like, wait a minute.
Yeah, for me, the only way I can, I guess, quote unquote, get out of sleep paralysis is like I use all my energy and force myself back to sleep.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's the only way I can deal with
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Power play. He said, nah, I'm tired. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, sleep paralysis is definitely no joke.
Somebody's watching you and you're like, sup, go back to sleep.
Right?
Why the heck did you wake me up?
Exactly.
Literally, bro. You're ruining the cozy vibes, man. Trying to think. Well, I only have like 2 other stories, so somebody else go.
You want to go, B, or I can go, or?
I mean, I can go. I can start on my Uncle Rick's old house.
Okay.
But this is stuff that's like happened to him, and one of them was my mom. So, okay, just to kind of start off, it was like a 2-story. It was a 2-story house with a basement, and it was very old. I couldn't tell you the date the house was built, because like all of this happened whenever I was like 10, maybe. But they believed a little girl hung herself in the backyard on a tree.
Oh.
What kind of conjuring story is this?
Either that or like her father, something with the girl's father, because in this house there is an aggressive male figure and a little girl spirit.
No.
That's not good.
Yeah. So which one do I start off with here? There's lots. Okay, he was cooking something in I think he was like cooking soup or something like that. But he went to go sit down on the couch and he ends up falling asleep. And he heard stuff being thrown around in the pantry and it woke him up. And if he hadn't have been woken up by whatever was being thrown in the pantry, his house would have burned down because it was starting to boil over.
No.
That was one of the things that happened. He was cleaning the house and he put all the kitchen chairs upside down on the table so he could sweep them up under the table. He left the room, came back, and all the chairs were back on the floor.
Oh my God.
Like pushed under like the table like a normal thing.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, him and his wife at the time were downstairs watching TV. This is where the stuff comes in. Like they were watching TV and they heard a child footsteps running down the hallway upstairs, and then soon after, big foot stomps. Sorry, soon after, going in the same direction. Like it was almost like the father or whatever, the male figure, was following the little girl down the hallway. She was running away from him or something.
That's sad.
Yeah. I'll do.
That's very sad.
There's one more from that. I'm sure there's more I could tell you, but like I couldn't remember them to write them down. But this is the one that happened to my mom. My parents were staying the night there because they had went out to like bars and stuff the night before. And she woke up and she was brushing her hair and she felt someone flick her hair, like playing with her hair as she was trying to brush it.
Oh my God.
So she believes it was just a little girl playing with my mom's hair.
Well,
Yeah.
that's not that bad.
Yeah,
it's
so
fun.
yeah, the one's not as scary. It's just like I really need to do some more research on that house, figure out where it is again. It's like I said, it's been a long time since I was there, so I'm not 100% sure where it was
Yeah.
or what the address and stuff, but I need to do some research and figure out what actually happened because it was just believed that that had happened to that little girl.
That's
Okay.
awful.
Okay, so let me see. Which one should I tell? Okay, so I live in Vegas and we have the Zach Bagans Hotel, or oh my god, Zach Bagans Museum. You know, like the guy from Ghost Adventures. And apparently, this is like a museum where he put all of his stuff that he collected from Ghost Adventures, kind of like how in The Conjuring, well, Ed and the Rain Warren type of stuff. And I went with my mom one time, and it was pretty decent. Like it was pretty scary. It definitely had scary moments, and there was a lot of like true crime stuff, a lot of paranormal stuff in there. But I didn't really encounter like any paranormal activity, even though there is plenty of employees that have like footage of them reacting to paranormal stuff happening to them. So I have a friend who went with another friend, and he went into one specific room, and for whatever reason, he, like, this is his words, he said he just randomly started crying out of nowhere. Like no control, like none of his control. He just started randomly crying. And yeah, it's the weirdest thing. But apparently other employees have also encountered that into like one specific room, and yeah.
That's weird.
Very creepy stuff, like uncontrollable tears and out of his control, he couldn't stop, and it was just the weirdest thing ever. I kind of wish I was there to see it. But yeah, no, it was a story he told me.
That is wild. There are like a lot of stories like that.
Yeah.
Where it's just you get so overwhelmed with emotion.
But it's like how does one do that? Like, do they see something, or is it just like, I don't know, fear? Or
to me, I feel like it's like they're taking on the emotions of the dead.
Oh, that's wild. What the?
So
I agree
that's
with that.
yeah, that's really the only explanation I could come up with for that. It also could be what Kylie said, like, or I can't remember who just said that about seeing something. Was that you, Flawless?
Yeah.
Yeah, could have like seen something and they didn't realize that they seen it. Like even if they could have seen it and not realized that they seen something, and they just like immediately put the freaking waterworks on. Or like I said, the emotions of the dead. Because I mean, I feel like you would still have emotions as a dead person. Spirit.
Yeah. I can definitely see
Your
that.
ghost. No, that is absolutely wild. The one time I will say that I was like genuinely very scared, and the experience like didn't involve anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I used to live in Washington State, and the house we were in, it was a long hallway, and on one side of the hallway was my room and then my brother's room. On the other side of the hallway was my dad's room. And then on my dad's side of the hallway, you know those like sliding door closets?
Yeah.
It had those, and those closets are only hooked on by a rail up top, so the bottom sways. If you run past it real quick, you can hear it moving back and forth from the wind.
Okay.
And I remember I was laying in my bed. I was up late, which I probably wasn't supposed to be, but I was watching Markiplier. Shout out Markiplier.
Respect.
And I was just sitting there enjoying, I think it was like a Minecraft video. I'm all into it. And out of the corner of my eye, I see somebody in my doorway. And like my room was dark, the whole house was dark. So I turn and I'm like, Evan, knock it off. That's my brother's name.
Okay.
And no response. And they're just staring at me. And I was like, Evan, seriously, that's not funny. And I can hear my brother in his room, because it was the next room over. He was playing video games with his friends. And I heard him like laughing and talking with them. And so I was like, wait, what? And I was like, Dad? What are you doing? I was like, Dad, that's not cool. Like, stop it. You're scaring me. And I go to get up to turn on my light, and they take off running.
Oh my
Oh.
God.
And I can hear the footsteps, and I can hear the closets moving. Like somebody just ran down the hallway. And so I was scared shitless. I get up and I run to my dad's room, and my dad's asleep. And the figure ran the opposite way of my dad's room, like out towards the kitchen. And I was just like, what the fuck? And I just brushed it off as like, maybe, I don't know. I just kind of made myself forget about it. But that was like probably the like most scared I've ever been. I was so scared because I was like, is somebody in that? But they didn't have a face. Like I literally could not see any like unique describing features or anything. It was just a black silhouette.
It sounds like you encountered a shadow person.
Yeah, most definitely.
But I know I was awake 100%. I was watching fucking Markiplier, hanging out.
Crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. The closets are what bothered me the most about that. That's how I knew like it was for real. Because I was like, oh, that's not supposed to happen.
That's so creepy.
So, I'm pretty sure we're all familiar with the movie The Shining.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I went to the real life Shining Hotel in Colorado with.
I did too.
Yeah, that place is very nice.
Very pretty.
Yeah, I went with some family. I went with my mom, my dad, and my aunt. And yeah, we went inside and did like a whole tour of like pretty much everything, and got to see everything. And it's pretty nice in there. It really is. And my aunt brought a digital camera, and I guess like little detail. It ended up raining when we got there, which was kind of crazy. But my aunt had a digital camera, and she was like, recording everything, and me and her had like a full on conversation while she was like recording everything. And then when we got to our hotel, once everything was like said and done, we got to the hotel, and she was all excited to like, see the footage and everything. And she played back the footage, but it didn't play our voices. Our voices was completely gone. It just showed us.
What?
Our whole conversation was just like non-existent. Just like not even there, just disappeared off of the face of the earth.
That's so strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went back. I think it was like 2019. We were over there. We were in Colorado for work. Husband was working over there. And he had a Saturday off, so we took a drive up there. Beautiful. It's so pretty up there.
It is.
In Estes Park.
Yeah.
And yeah, we were trying to get a tour, but we were like too late that it was packed. So we just kind of was able to walk around the first floor, and that was it. But it was really pretty and kind of creepy and eerie.
Yeah.
What year did you go?
Let me see. What year is it? 2025. So it had to be around 2017, 2018, somewhere around there. And then, I guess, sad to say it, and I guess spoilers for anyone who wants to like go there. But I was looking for the maze that was in the movie, and apparently that maze isn't real, so that kind of sucked.
The maze was there when I went in 2019, but it was very small and it was not to comparison.
Yeah,
to
my
the
bad.
movie.
It was real, but
Yeah.
it was very, very small.
Well, that's kind of ass.
Yeah.
I don't even think they filmed anything at that hotel.
Yeah, that's
I
that's
think
believable.
Stephen King had the nightmares there, which
Right.
gave him the thought to start to write the movie.
Right.
Or the book, actually. It was a book first, but yeah.
You just pissed off every single Stephen King fan.
Why?
It was a book first.
Well, I'm not going to be an asshole and be like, oh, well, it was a book first. I was just saying like it was a book first before it was a movie.
Yeah, and I think there was like a
Sorry,
mini
Stephen King
series.
fans, man.
I think there was like a mini series too.
Oh, for real?
I think
I
there was like a TV show or a mini series or something.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, I didn't.
Was that it?
I didn't know that. No, that is wild.
One day I do, because it is an actual hotel and you can spend the night there. One day I do want to go back and actually spend the night.
Dude, it's so expensive, but I would still love to do that as well.
Right?
That book
It's like $500 a night.
Yeah, and I think there's like restaurants in there, and yeah.
They were renovating some room or some of the downstairs part whenever I went.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I don't know if the restaurant was, it was even like available at the time that I went, but it probably was. It was just like, I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely a place that it's worth the trip.
Yeah, and I need to find them, but they have like a shop in there too, and I ended up buying like 2 booklets of like actual ghost stories from people who like obviously, you know, went into the hotel, spent the night there, and then like some employees had like some of their stories in the little booklet too. It was kind of nice. I have to actually find it.
Do you guys know who Sam and Colby is on YouTube?
Yes.
I think they did like 2 investigations there.
I was gonna say I've heard of them, but I've never seen anything by them. I don't think.
Yeah. Besides,
I'm a
go ahead.
fangirl of theirs, so I mean, I know it's okay. They were actually there like a few weeks before I went, and I was so mad.
Oh.
So mad.
Yeah, besides true crime, I watch a lot of those. You know, ghost hunting, going to haunted houses, and yeah, because I know of Sam and Colby, and then there's the other duo, where one is a believer and the other one is a non-believer.
Okay.
Ooh.
Hold on. I know they were on a different.
If you can remember their names.
Yeah, they were on a different network, but then they created their own YouTube channel. Hold on.
I found the house. Did I find the house? Sorry, I'm on Google Maps looking for this stupid house.
What is it? Oh, so pretty much they used to be on BuzzFeed Unsolved.
Wait. Okay, hold on. Did they have something where they were like on a bridge and he's like,
yes,
demon?
yes.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yes, they are hilarious.
I didn't even know BuzzFeed had an unsolved thing.
Yeah, it's pretty much these 2 dudes, and I guess they're both pretty funny because, like I said, one of them is a believer, and the other one like definitely is not. He's a skeptic. But so So like pretty much he'll like crack jokes and like make fun of the ghosts and all that. And then the other ones are like, I don't know why you're doing that. Like they're gonna possess you, they're gonna haunt you, they're gonna do all this and that. But I think it's a real fun time.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I'll definitely send it to you. But they made their own YouTube channel called Watcher, and it's pretty much them doing the same thing.
Huh. Hell yeah.
Y'all, I think I found the freaking house that my uncle used to live in. Now I gotta look up and see what the history is of it.
Oh no.
It's gonna be like nothing bad has ever happened here.
Right? Why the heck did that stuff happen? Then it doesn't make any sense. I've got a couple more stories I could tell.
Yeah, I was gonna say if we do run out of stories, I kind of want to hit one topic, and that's the real life story of like Ed and Lorraine Warren compared to their counterpart of like the people who play them in the movies.
Yeah.
I mean, we can talk about that after or now. It's up to you guys.
That was something I was going to talk about before the podcast started, and I was like, no, I'll save it for the podcast.
Yeah, because I've heard rumors that is I don't know, like I kind of like want to research like into it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I have 3 more stories, I guess.
Okay.
And it's from my sister's trailer that she used to live in. There's just small little snippet ones. There's one where my nephew had his hair pulled while he was taking a shower. He was like 7 at the time, I think.
Yeah, that's like some grudge stuff right there. What the heck?
Yeah, he came running out of the freaking bathroom butt naked, like, somebody pulled my hair.
Oh no.
Ghosts need to be respectful of private shower time.
I know, right? Like, don't mess with me when I'm in the bathroom.
Exactly.
I think I was like 16 or 17, or no, like 15 or 16 whenever she lived there. And I was staying the night. I think I was actually babysitting my nephew. And her and her husband told me, do not go in our bedroom whatsoever. Do not go in there.
Ooh.
And I'm just like, okay, sure, I'm not going to go in there. And they leave. They left their house phone in there, which at that time, people had house phones. I don't know if you all have house phones now, but I don't.
I don't know.
So I had to go in there to get the house phone. Well, I opened their bedroom door, and before I even I stepped 1 foot in, and I felt something push me out.
Mm.
Basically saying, like, follow the rules, bitch.
Right.
Sorry, excuse my language, but follow the rules.
Yeah, exactly. What the heck?
And I was like, okay, well, I'm not going in there. If somebody calls, I'm not going to be able to answer it, and I'm not going to be able to call anybody if I need help. So I'm screwed here. And there was one morning, my sister was half awake when her husband got up and left for work, and she felt someone or something pull her covers up like they were tucking her in.
What?
Same bedroom that I got pushed out of. So yeah. And I seen shadows there.
Interesting. Okay.
Fuck all that.
She currently lives there again, so it's lovely. I've not heard any more stories from it, but
Okay.
excuse me.
Okay.
That is crazy.
Very crazy.
So I do have one more. It's not a personal story, but it's something that I've seen on TikTok, and I kind of want to do more research on it. But, and I guess we can transition from what I'm about to say into Ed and Lorraine Warren. But I've heard that they moved Annabelle from where she was to a different location,
I heard about this.
and some plantations being a thing in 2025 is crazy to me, in my opinion. But some plantation ended up like combusting in the flames,
What?
It was in Louisiana.
There you go. Yeah, I couldn't think of the place, but yeah.
I'm looking
It
this up.
is, yeah.
But they were warned,
No-
like before she passed, or before both of them passed. Rest in peace. Do not move Annabelle whatsoever.
Correct. So
The doll is
the
currently on tour across the United States.
yeah.
This
People have been making like memes about it, like the Annabelle doll like standing in front of the plantation, and the plantation just in flames.
So it was the Nottoway Plantation house in Iberville Parish, Louisiana.
Okay.
So the fire consumed much of the mansion, which was one of the largest remaining pre-Civil War houses in the Deep South. The cause of the fire is still under investigation, according to Ken something of the Louisiana State Fire Marshal's office. To add on to what you're saying, I heard on, I think it was on someone said it on TikTok that it caught fire.
Yeah.
They got the fire out, and then it started back up.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Was the doll there or was it just like in the town?
I think it was in the town.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Now I just wanna say this real quick to all the non-believers. I mean, you know, if that's not a cursed spirit in a doll, I don't know what is. Like that
Okay.
that would definitely make me a believer.
My question is, if you were a ghost, why the fuck would you want to be in a doll? And how much damage can a doll really do?
Well,
Well, okay.
you got
Oh no, go ahead.
not
Sorry.
all dolls want, not all dolls, not all spirits want to be connected to things. Sometimes they're like forced to be connected to things.
Yeah,
Like,
so
That doesn't make any sense, but it makes sense.
well, in the Annabelle movie, I mean, I know it's Hollywood, but I feel like it kind of has some truth to it, because I know Annabelle ended up dying, like the real Annabelle, like the real life person ended up dying, but
Mhm.
like their like blood went into the doll, and then I guess like now they're like trapped in the doll. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that trapped, that was the word I was looking for. Yeah, they're trapped in items.
Yeah.
But I don't remember, man, I've only seen the first Annabelle movie, I think. But this isn't the first time that they've taken Annabelle out of her cage.
It's not, yeah.
And with this stuff happening, like it's happened before, I don't know why they keep taking her out when they're told not to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And like I
just
said,
to
like
be silly.
now there
Playing
is
with freaking fire, literally.
there is like another video based on like, you know, the flames of the plantation. I think this one's fake, but you can like someone zooms in and circles around like a woman that's walking across the building. I think that's fake, but I mean if it's real, that's crazy. Like they're like inside the building as like the plantation is on fire. But I mean it could be real, could be fake, but that fire was definitely real.
Oh my gosh. That's awful. That is, so has Annabelle been touring, like, is that the first place she went on the list?
I'm
Does anybody
trying
know?
to
Pretty much,
look
but
it up.
I don't know where they're taking her, which is kind of like beyond me. Because like I said, Ed and, well, mainly Lorraine, because, I mean, without going into the next topic, but Lorraine definitely said, do not move Annabelle.
Huh. That is, I just don't know why somebody
Okay.
would mess with that.
Right?
So it says the Annabelle doll is currently on tour visiting various locations, including San Antonio, Texas, and New Orleans, Louisiana.
Okay.
It will
Okay.
eventually be taken back to the Warrens Occult Museum in Monroe, Connecticut.
Like, what's the point though?
Are they making another movie?
Well, I know they announced
Probably.
the Conjuring 4. But I don't think Annabelle's in that. They could be making another Annabelle movie, but I wonder if they do. I wonder if they're gonna use like the plantation bursting in flames like in their movie.
Didn't The Conjuring 4 already come out?
No, they have a trailer for it, but no, not yet.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm thinking of the third one. Like The Devil Made Me Do It. Was that the third one?
Yeah.
So it seems like they stopped in the Texas location first.
Interesting.
And nothing has been reported that happened. They took her to she headlined the 4th annual Psychic and Spirit Fest at the Haunted Black Swan Inn.
Oh my god.
And then they went to New Orleans. They went to an event in the French Quarter. So what happened there was the region experienced a series of disturbing events, a local jailbreak, a fire at the historic Nutaway Plantation, and a spike in reports of electrical issues and pets acting strangely.
Yeah, the jailbreak. I forgot to mention that. What was it, like
That happened
11
in Louisiana?
convicts? Huh?
Yeah, in Louisiana.
Yeah, 11 convicts like escaped jail, like I think that same night.
It says one attendee said, "I'm not saying Annabelle caused it, but all of this happening at once, it's, what did it say? It's too much to ignore."
True.
True.
That's really weird.
Because I mean, like
But
B
maybe
said, like, oh, good.
I was just gonna say maybe she's getting like stronger the longer she's away.
Yeah,
from
the
her
longer she's out of her cage. Yeah. The Warrens told them, do not take her out of her cage, but people are too, excuse my language, but they're too stupid. I know stupid isn't a bad language, but still.
Yeah.
To listen.
Yeah, honestly. Like I said, if you're not a believer, that would, like B said, the fire went out and then it just like reignited itself. Like, how do you ignore that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's really weird.
It was like they were just put it out and she's like, nope, I'm not done.
Right?
That is.
She was not done.
The thing with like the animals acting weird too.
Right.
That is, yeah.
So I guess.
Oh,
good.
It didn't say anything about them going anywhere else, but I guess I'm gonna have to keep my eye open on that because that's some information that's some hot tea.
Yeah, actually.
As long as they stay away from us.
Yeah, stay away from Missouri and y'all states. I can't remember.
So I guess the transition. Now this is strictly rumors. I don't know if these are facts or fiction or whatever. But going back to Ed and Lorraine Warren. Yeah, exactly. I heard that Ed was not the best husband.
That would make sense.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, B. That's why I love the Conjuring movies so much, because I feel like they portray Ed and Lorraine Warren like so much better from like what I like. So much better from what I've heard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, rumors again, or allegedly, I heard that Ed did not believe that his wife was, seeing spirits or had nothing to do with paranormal, or like he didn't believe his wife at all, none of it, like at all. And then apparently, like when they did like interviews or when they went to like people's houses, he would pay people off to like, oh well, just pretend that you see ghosts, so my mom or so my wife would believe it and all this and that. And I don't know, he made it out to seem like she was crazy. Which, I mean, it's the paranormal. Obviously, if you don't experience something, then yeah, you are kind of crazy, I guess. But yeah, and I heard Ed was not the greatest to Lorraine.
That's so sad. Damn.
I also, I think, I don't remember when I heard this, but it was some time ago. Apparently, with the Amityville Horror House,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they did the investigation and stuff there as well. It's rumored, allegedly, that they made all of that up.
That's what I heard too. Yeah.
Yeah, they like paid somebody to write those notes that they found, and the guy, like, I think somebody went to prison for
That's what I heard as well.
whatever it
Yeah.
was.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, yeah, they just like, I don't know. I'll have to find. I hate talking about things whenever I don't have it in front of me to like
fact check
jump
yourself.
off of.
Yeah, not so
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
That's why it's easy to just say allegedly, because it's, you don't know 100% if it's true or not. But I did read that somewhere that it was faked.
But the thing about it too is like, I mean, like I said, I'm a believer 100%. Like, I've experienced some stuff, you know, I've seen some stuff. So I'm 100% a believer. But it's all like, I don't think the rain was faking it, because like they actually have recordings. Like, I mean, going back to the movie of Conjuring 2, like they actually have the recordings of like the interview of like what happened. And obviously
Yeah.
the pictures and all this and that. So I'm all like, I don't know. Like, how would that little girl fake it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Didn't I? Okay, I think I might be remembering this wrong, but didn't Lorraine get possessed at one point in the Conjuring movies?
I think so.
Yes.
Or like she did in the past. They referenced it.
Right.
Like, happening
yeah.
in the past.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, that shit. If I saw ghosts all the time, bro, nah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly.
Let's
But,
just
Scoop my eyeballs out. I don't want to see that.
But
like,
yeah.
for real, I'd be like, okay, we're done.
Yeah, that's what I
Golly.
definitely heard though. So I mean, I'm kind of hoping that it's not true. I mean, I believe that Lorraine was definitely seeing stuff, because I mean, to this day, there's even mediums now. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't think she would fake that. I mean, the biggest question here is like, oh yeah, she definitely faked it for, you know, fame and fortune and all that, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Or like an exaggeration.
Yeah, I believe her though. Like, rest in peace, Lorraine, or rest in peace, the Warrens, regardless if it was like fake or real.
I believe you can go visit their gravesites.
Yeah, you can. And then I think they still have all the, pretty much like the Conjuring house. They have all the toys or whatever in them.
Mm-hmm. That would be fun to go visit.
Yeah, but I mean,
I don't even know if I'd want to walk into that fucking house.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but I believe the Warrens now. I mean, after what we said about Annabelle, I believe them now.
Yeah. That's yeah.
That mess
Not
is
cool.
wild.
Well, that's ugh. I hate ghosts.
I mean, I know this is like a podcast channel, but I mean, what if we I mean, I'm pretty sure we'd all be down to do some ghost hunting maybe in the future. Like, we could probably do some like ghost hunting and then probably upload it to this channel too.
We all like meet up and go ghost hunting. That'd be kind of crazy.
Yeah, but
that would be crazy.
But that could
I'd
just be
definitely be
like
the one of us to die.
Stop. Don't say that.
I'd be like, leave me. Yeah.
If you have any location suggestions, leave them in the comments.
Yeah, ghost equipment is pretty expensive.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Instead of like taking like ghost equipment, we could just go explore.
True.
Now we need an EMF reader. We need a spirit box. We need a phasmophobia, that shit.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna have like the actual journal with the descriptions of the ghosts.
That's funny. Definitely one day
Oh,
though.
we got 0 temps over here. We got 0 temps.
I'd be like, it's a Yurei, run.
That's funny.
If we go outside, we're safe.
Just get out the door. They can't leave. Hide in a closet. Oh, that'd be funny as shit. And we have to bring like horrible flashlights with us.
Oh god. Like
Oh,
Walmart
God.
flashlights.
Like
Dollar General
god-awful.
flashlights.
They go like 2 feet in front of you. Yeah, I think.
Got it. Make a list.
Shopping list.
Maybe one day.
Well, I think that does it for today. My name is Kylie. You can find me on social media at itsKileyAshley.
Our descriptions will be in the bottom too. So I'm B. I go by BadgerB0614 on anything and everything. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share with your friends.
And I'm FlawlessMistake. Thank you for watching this week's episode of the No Budget Randomonium podcast. If you enjoyed, make sure to give it a like. If you want to see more, make sure you subscribe. And until next time, stay spooky, my friends.
Bye.